Hello everyone, welcome to the Seifer Open number 2. We're getting started here with a round of 16. WTF Sunlight versus Zarak. So let's just double check that they're ready to go. And I'm ready to start this tournament. It looks like a very exciting one. We've got quite a lot of players in this one. There's like 13. Very exciting to see. Alright, let's get started. Good to note here that this is a best of 3. So players will get to ban one deck, but they'll only be able to play with 2. So let's take a look at these lists. Zarak's got 2 yellow lists here. Actually looks pretty standard, 2 yellow lists, a Disciple list, and then a red bargain type of list. Sunlight also bringing a yellow list, a red list. Looks like we're banning the red-yellow. And then we got a green-yellow, potentially sack. Very cheap. So Zarak, with all of these yellow lists, really the double yellows, I guess, is what's the concern here. He wants to be looking at banning one of these red-heavy lists. Decides to go for the red-yellow. As Sunlight, yeah, we're gonna ban the Disciple. Seems good to me. As long as we're confident with the red matchup into the double yellows, maybe yellow into Krog. So as Sunlight, I'd probably like to see starting with the sack just to scout. That's typically how I like to play my games. I play the worst list in the matchup. And we are going to start with the sack. Zarak going to start with one of the yellows. Seems pretty good too. Zarak with the double yellows, we want to kind of have a counter pick option open. So we have the 2 differing lists. Oh, no, Sunlight's actually going to switch his pick over to the yellow. So we'll see how that pans out for him. So both Sunlight and Zarak, they've been around in the game for a while. I think Sunlight joined in the past year or 2. Zarak, I think, has been here for a little longer. Looks like we've got Monstrosity versus Flyers. So for those who haven't been in the competitive scene, these are the 2 decks that kind of have been dominating recently. Monstrosity just using a lot of the standard Flyers cards, but paired with Mistral Guide and some other high attack creatures like Shaitan Demon. Boosting up large attack stats on this guy right here. Well, thank you, Monstrosity. You make my life casting a lot easier. And Flyers, of course, is just standard Flyers. Because Flyers good. Very good. Don't have to build lands to collect Faeria from. I'll take that trade. We've got Ariana produced here. So Ariana is... Let me turn the music down a little bit. Ariana is very interesting in this type of match. Very weak to Soul Drain. But Sunlight's got no Soul Drains in hand, so he's going to struggle to actually match the efficiency of this. Well, 3 Faeria for 4 is a little bit better. And Monstrosity, not a great card you want to see in the Flyers matchup. This card is kind of terrible. Just all the Flyers have 5 attack generally, which can one-shot this for a lot more efficient value than the 5 cost you spent on it. So drawing 2 here, not what Sunlight's looking for, but Manta Rider on the other hand, very good in this matchup. Of course, Zarak does have one of his own. Ooh, we got a Celestial Tower. I think I probably wouldn't mind taking a free trade on this. We can even collect from this well, use the Flash Wind plus the tower. Probably want to see what we get from the map first, but it doesn't matter too much. This looks like a pretty solid play. And this is why Monstrosity is just awful into this matchup. So this could just be game over right here on the spot. And we've got the double champion, we've got the Ariana follow-up. Oh, disgusting. Champion also quite good into the sort of Flyer's Mirror. And with that tower on board, we're not very happy. That's just going to give an insane amount of threat range with this Ariana. We'd love to establish a double collector here, but it's just not going to happen. And there's nowhere safe for any of these creatures to go, sadly. But we gotta do something, so I'd probably like to see just a reinforcement of the left side. Try to drop a Manta Rider there. If you're kind of behind on board, you really want to set up on one side of the wells and not try to fight your opponent. Though, on the other hand, we are blocking a collection this way, so that's also a consideration to make that I don't mind at all. And Ariana actually choosing to collect instead of taking the double collector out. That's interesting. I wonder if we're going to go for some champion line. Oh, we're going to go like this. Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. We get to triple collect with this line. Oh no, sunlight, come back. I need my vitamin D. Yeah, now we get to set up on left side. Or Zara gets to set up on left side. Pretty big. This is going to be really rough with that Ariana on board. Now that Zarek's just doing fine, absolutely fine for well collections, he can just keep replaying this Ariana at really no expense to him. And we attempt a setup on right side, and using the Fnatic to threaten the double collecting Manta. Pretty solid play here, it's the best we really have. We do of course get value traded with the champion, but what more can we ask for? Both players really wanting soul drains throughout this matchup. Oh, we're actually just gonna... yeah, fair enough. But both players have not drawn a single soul drain yet. Though I don't think it's gonna matter too much for Sunlight at this point. Soul Drain! Little late. And this monstrosity just clunking up the hand a little bit too much as well. I think we're on a treasure as well once this Ariana comes down. Kalium. Another really great card into Flyers, since most Flyers have no more than 3 attack usually, unless it's Mistral Guide or Champion, and they have no more than 5 attack usually. Really solid stat line. And Zarek playing it really smart, not just, I mean, It's hard to play this wrong at this point, but we're making all the good plays. Not dropping the Ariana, even though we are on a treasure. Kaleem is just much more solid in this type of matchup. We're just gonna desperately drop some creatures. Ooh, there's an Azurai. So we take the trades on boards. And it looks like we're going to set up an aggressive desert. Probably just going to see the Manta Rider come down then. And take the trades. Ah, no aggressive desert. Okay. I didn't think that was bad at all, but doesn't matter too much. Alright, so game 1 going to Zarok. Pretty huge. Getting game 1 in a best of 3. Remember, we only get to play 2 lists, so this is Sunlight's last list to cope. And we do see the bargain list coming up next, which is going to be a real struggle for a mono red to deal with. So we are going to get the counter pick here, but it's going to be a rough next match if Sunlight manages to nab a win here. And this is what's so fascinating about tournaments, is it's not just one match. You have to think about your entire lineup against your opponent's lineup for the whole series. Faeria can be very rock, paper, scissory, but with a little more nuance. We do have a lot of intricate decisions to make in each match. Kaleem also really solid into mono red, by the way. This is just an excellent card. Juicy 6 life. Able to resist a lot of the burn spells. Can't fight most things, like the boss doesn't really want to hit into unless you got a soul trade. Ground Shaker doesn't fare well into, but the solid stat line allows you to collect on the opposite side of the map. And your opponent doesn't have flying creatures to follow. You don't count. We found the Ariana as well. Now this is going to be a lot worse right now, because we see the double Seifer's Wrath. It worked out last match quite nicely, since no soul drains were drawn. We're taking a double collection spot. Gonna have to find some type of answer to this Kaleem. That looks like a potential answer. We're just gonna go face. Okay. Right, so I think if the plan was face, I wouldn't have minded just double neutral up. Give up this double collection spot to get a more aggressive desert mountain spot. Because I think what the plan with going into double neutrals here is you probably want to try to contest right sides. You're going for more defensive lands like this. Because now we've got to invest extra lands to get this guy face, which is a little unfortunate. Ariana protectively over on right side. So we're probably just going to see another Rakoa Copter. But here, we really don't want to build this next land. We're already on our... probably already on our land count, unless we've got cap 10 in this list. But even still, if it's just cap 10, we don't really want to be playing that 4th mountain until we see it. We may never see cap 10 in the match. And there is the second Seifer's Wrath coming down, so we have traded up quite significantly. We went 4 Faeria for 8 over the course of those 2 turns. Oh, we're gonna race here. I don't mind it. Our hand is looking a little bit shy of dealing with this boss. Well, we do have the barter, actually, but I like the face. Face looks like a good place. Gonna use this to collect probably the Bloatfly coming aggressive then, which means Firestorm is gonna get some value, but as Zarok, I'm not really looking to play super hard around Firestorm. I think Bloatfly is pretty fine. Oh, we're actually gonna get a treasure here. Fair enough, let's see what the treasure is. Oh, spear! I guess you don't want to play that into Ground Shaker, so fair enough. But I was excited from the spear. Could have gotten really aggressive there. But yeah, we probably don't want that. We didn't actually manage... Wait, did we have enough for the Bloatfly? I guess we didn't. Oh, we played Ariana, right. Yeah, I guess it's okay after seeing double Seifer's Wrath into Flame Burst, but we are gonna get coptered here. Unfortunate. And Seifer. Okay. So what are our answers here? We've got a Tyrian Globe. One thing that's nice, as the yellow player, we know that red doesn't have a lot of movement shenanigans, so we don't have to play super hard around stuff like that. There might be destruction on our structure here, though, of course. But again, we've seen double Seifer's Wrath and a Flame Burst, so not super likely we're going to see another burn spell. We're only on card 22. So what's the play here? We've got double Spirit Thefts in hand, we've got a Barter. Barter can hopefully find Flame Burst. We could drop a Boss and face, but... we're gonna hit for 2. And just drop the Globe face. Okay, we are gonna go for the Barter. And we take the Flame Burst, okay. I don't think there was a huge point in pulling Barter there. Just because we were out of Faeria at this point, we could have just saved it for stuff. So that's not it. That's not gonna help us. We need 13 damage, we only got 11 here. Oh, fish for a Firestorm. I guess we can just Firebomb one of those things. Fair enough. But we got the Flame Burst in hand. We're going for a second Barter. Yeah, we had multiple lights here. Alright, and Zarok beating out the red match. Pretty solid. May have come down to that double collecting underground boss, losing out on some aggression or control, but Zarok is going to take the victory and move on to the round of 8. So let's take a quick look at the brackets. Where's full screen? So we've got Zarok moving up. He's going to fight Seshumara. A very quick series, actually. So the others will probably take a little bit. Maybe we'll just stick with Zarok, check out Sesh's match, and we'll check out the other side of the bracket maybe after that one. Bamster and JT. Alpanico's back. I think he was back in the last tournament, though, as well. And we've got Lizard as well. Alright, so let's invite Zarak and Sesh, see if they're up and ready to go. Let me check who else is streaming. Lizard is streaming, so if you want a second stream open and to check out Lizard's side of the things, Lizard's side of the things, you can go check him out. We'll probably avoid Lizard's side of the bracket then if he's streaming. You guys can get all of that. And we'll stick with Sesh, Umara, and Zarak for now. So we've got a round of 8, best of 5. Alright. Right, I should also get the text going. Let me... just to check the matches, or who's doing what. Something like this. Alright, so this is round of 8, Zarak versus Sesh Umara in the Seifer Open number 2. And Sesh with his classic blue. We got double blues, a mono green, and I'm not entirely sure what this is. Potentially this is like Istanu. I did see Sesh playing a swarm list with blue-yellow earlier in the month. So Zarak looking to ban one of the blues. Pretty fair. I probably would look at banning the Istanu. Swarm can do alright against flyers. Green should be generally fine with the double yellows here. Shouldn't have too much of a concern with mono green. So I'd probably... it's probably the blue-yellow, unless you're afraid of mono-blue, really. Generally, Flyers has a decent time against it, though blue 7s can do alright against Flyers. We have some decent stat lines in there, so banning the more expensive blue is also a consideration. And Sesh looking to ban the bargain. So Sesh is confident with the yellows. Also confident with the Disciple, which I think is fair. With blues, you can be pretty aggressive. Disciple doesn't need to... you don't need to care about Disciple too much. And we are going to lock in the ban for blue-yellow. So we'll probably just see a blue start from Sesh. We'll go for the smaller list with 2 neutrals. Let's see what those are. Alright, so Sesh, a longtime player of Mono Blue, knows how to pilot the list very well. Zarak's been doing quite well in tournaments recently, I believe, as well. Good to see a new face coming up into the competitive scene. A new contender to slap out these old Faeria veterans. They've been reigning too long. We have an excellent starting hand here from Sesh. Aurora Battletoads. Always great to see. Not as great a start from Zarok. Manta Rider's pretty fine. Especially going first, we get to that third land quicker. But a little bit clunky. We could actually, if we wanted to, we could Azurai this, but I don't think we want to go that far. Not into Blee. So we're going to drop a Manta Rider on opposite sides. Okay, and we found a sunken tower. So it looks like just a slow collect here. No need to do any fancy things. Can drop a commander potentially. Okay, we're just gonna drop more toads. No collecting. Which means that Soul Drain's not going to be doing much this turn. So with the Gabrian Commander in here, I was gonna say there's probably no Tide Lords, so we don't need the fourth land, but I guess we're running Frogify. Yeah, I wouldn't have minded like the Sunken Tower last turn, just to grab that collection last turn. I don't know what's in Sesh's list, but typically there would be a Wave Crash Colossus we need to build up to. I think we had just fine creatures last turn too. Like we had this commander to drop, we had all the land space for Sunken Tower plus commander, but we will lose out on one or two collections potentially if that Wave Crash Colossus becomes an issue later. We found a Soul Drain target. We are on champion now, so we could get a free little Bloatfly. Take a value hit. I don't know how worth it is. It's probably worth it. It's kind of a big investment, but we'll go for it. Now champion in range of the toad means we get a free trade here. Wait, where did our 5th desert get placed? Oh, it was here, right? We went move, yeah. Yeah, I would have liked to place the deserts out of trade range, I think. There was a lot of things that could happen to this champion. Not actually taking the clear on the Bloatfly. Going to try and somehow set this up, but I don't see how this is gonna work. Yeah, I probably would have just traded this with the 2/2. I think we're gonna miss our chance to kill it. Just line up the 1/1 to fight the other 3/3 potentially. Oh, we found another Flash Wind. Maybe let's build an aggressive desert here if we want to drop more Bloatflies. Manta is a little bit more powerful though. But we're putting it passively. Okay. Ooh, we got a Phantasm. Can go 11 to the face. Don't currently have a follow-up. I mean, we got 9 Faeria, we can just throw a Frogify in there. Or not. Unless we're going for a value trade. Seems like it's a Frogify. But then also, if this is the plan, we probably want to draw here. I don't think there's any need to playing Sunken Tower. But Sesh thinking about it a little bit. I guess we also just want an aggressive Phantasm, so let's just build an aggressive Lake rather than draw. Thank you for the follow, Froggy. And filling in the little hole to stop the 2-2 from jumping. We could have just taken this trade, but I guess this is fine too. What is this weak to? I mean, we're in a good spot. I don't think it matters too much, but we might be able to find some answers with like Toad hit in plus Soul Drain plus Spirit Theft or something like that. Find some other clears. I don't know. I like just killing the creature. But it doesn't look like we're going to have very many answers for this as Zarok. He's saying well played, so I think he's giving up. Looks like a win for Sesh. Alright, so this is the blue 7s list, which is interesting because it's the cheaper list. Alright, and Sesh is going to take 1. So Zark gonna try to counter with yellow? Another yellow? Probably Monstrosity. Definitely hurts to lose that matchup. I don't think any like great cards were played in terms of Flyers counters. It was all just Toads and stuff, but we played like our champion in range of the Aurora. There were some things we could have done differently. So let's see if Zara can pull it around in this match. Gabrian Warden is one of the cards that is very good against Flyers. 4-6 stat line's generally pretty good, especially, well, I mean into anything really, even into like the Monstrosity player, like Mistral Guided trades evenly with, Jaden Demon trades evenly with, unless this has been traininged. And it gives protection. Oh, we even got the volleys in here. Oh, so that's the 2 neutrals. I like it. I like this a lot. Ooh, this is gonna be brutal for Zarok. We might even see... I wouldn't like to see Monstrosity being played here. I'd probably like to see Mistral Guide plus Demon or something. Even Demon, like, aggressive, just investing Deserts down the side could work. Because typically we're not going to have 2 damage removals. Now let's see if Sesh is very trigger happy and pops the Destructive Volley early. Or are we going to chill a bit? Because we've got this Battletoads, we can easily answer this Shaitan Demon. Volley on Mistral Guide's not awful. That's something we could do. Yeah, just gonna bop. We do have another follow-up. But that's pretty efficient. 3 Faeria to take out 4. And unfortunately, we can't do Mistral Guide Monstrosity here. That would be lovely. But not gonna work so well. So we'll just double trade. Right, we went for the sidelands with the Mochis, but we actually have Archon in this list, so that was kind of interesting. Because we even had the Explore. I don't think we had to do this land setup. And what's the center land for? I'm confused now. The center land doesn't make any sense. I'm not sure what this was supposed to accomplish. We had the Toad trades just on board without this land. It's a strange land. Actually, we didn't even need a land this turn, did we? We didn't play anything. I don't think we needed this land at all. Oh, Ancient Herald. Ancient Herald? Interesting. Oh, we're using this land to scoot this guy? Okay. I think that was a little bit too much trying to predict there. We already had a collector on board. I think this was a little misplaced, in my opinion. It worked out. We managed to get the double collector anyways. Although now we don't. See? I much preferred to hold this land and see where things take us. And if we wanted this collection spot, we could have even just held that lake and placed it on the right side instead of center. And given Zarak time to set up, now we do have the monstrosity on board. Safely played. Though we do have another destructive volley in the list. Only one though. Yeah, this is the one with 2 neutrals. So if Zarak's been paying attention, he knows that there's only one destructive volley left in the list. Pretty safe to play monstrosity with those odds. Now I'd probably want to move this monstrosity off of the land because Sunken Tower exists. And that's just such an easy trade waiting to happen. Like, with a 0 attack monstrosity on board, you have to play it very, very safe. Consider all the possible movement options your opponent has. Because Sunken Tower here would be awful, absolutely awful. I think Sesh should even draw for it here. But he doesn't. Draw last. Sad. Wasn't a tower, but that could have been a heartbreaking draw there. Retreating everything's a good plan though. I'm not a huge fan of dropping toads, I think. It's okay, but I do want to keep lands open for Sunken Tower if Zarak doesn't have anything. We do have the Flash Window. But again, it's really easy to play around Sunken Tower. I don't think like you really need to invest mobility tricks here. And we can see that Sash is just going for like a swarm game plan. So as Zarak, we really have to think about our late game win condition, which might come down to OTK in this sort of swarmier list here. And with OTK means we need to save our mobility tricks as much as possible. Okay, thinking of moving this back. Oh, okay. I thought we were gonna send a Mistral Guide off to right side. We don't really have much else, right? I guess. Yeah, I wouldn't have minded the Mistral Guide on right side. If we just shimmied the monstrosity over, stepped this guy back, sent Mistral Guide this way. It wasn't bad. It looks like Sesh has all the answers in hand though, so maybe OTK is not going to be an option here. We've got Phantasm and Frogify. And even another Phantasm, in case this other one comes down and becomes a nuisance. Looking where to place the second neutral, possibly on left side if you want to move this guy up in the future. We haven't played any 7 drops yet. Just gonna Frogify one. One thing to note when you're fighting Monstrosity also is how many mobility tricks it takes to come to face. So, Frogifying this front one's fine. Don't really have to worry about the second one, because this is going to take 2 mobility tricks to actually get to face, plus its natural movement. Whereas this one, you can go move 1 mobility trick into face. And you gotta consider these lines even if you're body blocking like this, because a simple Soul Drain can come down. Wind Soldier, we got a lot of answers to clear creatures. Going for the Wind Soldier. There might have been a sneaky line here where we could have actually nabbed another collection. If we had held this. We're gonna go for +1 for the second monstrosity though. But you can get some very sneaky lines, especially with the double dash from Mistral Guides. I think we definitely could have done that actually. Tricky lines to spot, but I think we had enough Faeria. Where we could have just played this Mistral Guide first, then you can double dash the Wind Soldier here, get the double collect, and then we should have enough for the monstrosity to finish. And then you even get to +1 again, so you get 1 extra Faeria from that exchange. And there's the oh, we're not actually playing the 1 cost. Okay, so Sesh playing some mind games here, hiding some information. Typically, it's always better to play the cheaper one, because then you got more Faeria to work with, but we are gonna go for mind games and bait Zarak into thinking we don't have another Phantasm in hand. Phantasm costs 7. Phantasm can't hurt me. So I don't know what Zarak's plan's gonna be here anymore. It looks like Sesh has figured out this endgame. And Sesh is only going to grow stronger while Zarak grows weaker, losing out on all his win conditions, and we're about to get some 6/6s. Thinking about a lake. Really? Seems a little ambitious. I think I would have rathered this be buffed to a 6/6. We just get free value trades at no expense to us. So this one's a little strange to me. I don't understand this play. Oh, we got the 1 cost, yeah, of course. Fair enough. This is a little awkward. I think we honestly, like, we'd love to training the Phantasm to get a trade or something, but definitely don't want to use a Flash Wind to make that happen. I think we just hang on to the training. Save it for some type of trade on left side, maybe. But we really don't have any win conditions anymore. Like, Manta Rider is our best card now. We kind of have to bank everything on just taking value. We'll try and take over this right side here. It's gonna be a slow grind, but we'll make it. We did get gifted 2 5/5s from our opponent. Ooh, thinking of stepping up. Oh, so what's the play here? So I don't think the step up accomplishes much. Besides playing into mobility trick. Like, we're not planning on playing anything, are we? I guess we are. We're gonna play a 4-2. Okay. So Sesh still has to be very careful here, because I think he's giving a lot of free, what do you say, agency, as Lizard likes to call it, to our opponent here. Like, we're just giving our opponent all of the initiative and trades. Take them how you want. And Sesh's game plan here is just to swarm. Could work. It could work, but if we're giving our opponent this many free value trades, it also could not. So yeah, let's play the Fanatic. We'll take a collection and a free Phantasm take. Why not? We are on 9 cards, getting spookily low. Sesh has more fuel where this came from. Ooh, but we kept the Mistral Guide in range. I don't like that. I think Zarek was thinking about too many things and probably forgot that the Mistral Guide's just in range here. Don't like that at all. So it seems like an easy take. There was an option even to ward in there, but not a huge deal, I suppose. Ooh, playing the Warden preemptively? Where's this going? Okay. Yeah, fair enough, I guess. You are in range already. Okay, it would have been really nice to still have that Mistral Guide on board, so that's very unfortunate. Okay, well, looking tough. Looking very tough. Can try to shimmy over to the left side instead. Especially if we maybe just retreat the 2-2, drop a demon left side. If our opponent decides to invest lands, we're perfectly fine with that. Take back with the Tade. Right side's looking a little defensive now. I'd like to just run away from right side. Which can be one of the issues with pre-buffing like this. Investing a shield. Our opponent could just simply run away, dodge this entirely, and now we've just invested like a 7 Faeria creature into right side that's not doing much for us. Especially with these slower creatures, though the Sunken Terror does help. So this game is definitely going down to fatigue. Oh. What's this? Wind Soldier? This one's expensive. Oh, are we going for a mobility trick here even too? Oh, okay. Sure, I like it. Completely clean up right sides, and we still get to have the demon threatening that Archon. Ooh, Aurora not gonna help. Really terrible top decks from Sesh here. Now with that play from Zarok, we can actually just shift into just +1s or something like that and just hope for fatiguing out our opponent. We're gonna have to get some slaps in here to balance it out, but because we are 3 turns behind. Sesh has 8 cards in deck. We've only got 5. And we did just... Oh, we're actually drawing. Ooh, okay. Oh, we're using the Flash one too. Okay. Alright, have to invest the Sunken Tower. Not really what we want. It's quite expensive just to collect off of. And we drop our Trident Trainer. Alright, this is getting intense. This is going to be a very intense endgame here. 4 cards left from Zarok. He's on a clock here. He has to dish out some damage soon. And we're just going to slap in the Destructive Volley. I like it. Takes away the big scary Manta Boy. Don't draw into a second one, unfortunately. So, what's the plan here? Double neutrals. We're going for Wind Soldier? I guess that's the plan, Wind Soldier. Probably just hop this over to collect. Or do we go aggressive? I guess we can go aggressive here. Collections aren't like huge. Yeah, and we can just set up this other guy to collect. Yeah, full clear. Best clear. And we're threatening 5 on face. Warden, not a terrible top deck, I guess. We can defend with it. Sesh pretty much has to defend until fatigue, but that's not all he has to do because we're only like... Oh, well now we're 4 cards in advance. Okay, yeah, we got a 4 card advantage here. Wait. What's the desert? Are we poking the shield? I guess that's fair. We want a Manta. Yeah, there's the Sunken Tower that can just be pulled away, so fair enough. I guess this is what we want. So we're gonna have to poke the 2/2 into the shielded guy then. Otherwise, we just lose a lot of value on our Manta Rider. We're gonna lose this 5 power thing too. Not doing it. Really? We're just gonna... allow this shield take, huh? Interesting. Huh. So I think the play here is just hit this. Drop Commander. Frogify's not really doing anything. Commander's going over there. Is it doing much over here? I guess that's fine. Like, we got an expensive hand, not that we want to be playing these cards, but we could. To save face. Ooh. Yeah, I like building another desert here because we really want to be slapping face with everything. Slap face with that 3-2. Oh no! I don't like that. Oh, we had the 2-2 to slap. Okay, fair enough. I guess that's fine then. Fair enough. 5-3 can easily be on this side though. Doesn't need to be played in range of Warden. Yeah, we just lost 5 power there for no reason really. Okay, 1 card left. Let's do it, Zarok. It's an emissary. If we had played it out of range though, we would have had a 5-3. Okay, now we're protecting it. Let's protect the 3-2 also. Good. Yes. Protect. But imagine we had our opponent down to 8 life instead. Damn. Well, we can still humbling this actually. Looks like that's what we're going for. Humble, Aurora take, and then we take the 5-3. Does that work? Like, we know our opponent has nothing in hand, right? We gotta be careful about our own fatigue, so even getting down to 1 HP is a little sketchy. So this is a pretty tricky turn. This is a very tricky turn. We might actually not have enough to defend here. We might have to be pushing aggressive, thinking about aggressive lines. Oh, we don't have much Faeria to work with though. This is scary. This is very scary. So we get hit for 8. Yeah, just it's a pretty easy turn. Make all the hits, take a value trade on the 1-1. Why not? And we get to take a full clear here, but Sesh is gonna have to turn on the gas because we only have what? 1, 2, 3. We got 4 turns, I guess. That's quite a few. Yeah, we probably want to like build some aggro stuff here. Just aggro like Battletoads. I mean, you really don't have to defend against anything anymore. Oh, there's the... Yeah, okay, right. There's the 2-2. Probably do want to defend against that. Fair enough. Okay, 2. Alright, can Sesh close out this game in 4 turns? Seems pretty easy, to be honest. Yeah, I think Sesh has found it. Zarek says well played. Put in a great effort. It was a very close end game there. And I think that's going to be the lethal. We are going to lose to fatigue here. So Sesh is going to take game 2 in a very intense, tight match. Well done from Sesh. This is best of 5 though, so we got one more match. Zarek could sweep it. We've got the Disciple list left over. Ooh. Now, like I said, I think blue shouldn't have too much of a worry with this. They can be pretty aggressive. We can stop the Disciple in their tracks, unless Zarek gets super lucky. There's always that chance, because Disciple's a very scary list in that regard. Tosses the Battletoads. Battletoads seems like a pretty decent card. I don't know what else we're hoping for. A lot of aggro in those Battletoads. I guess we don't want to be cluttering our lands with all the stuff. Frogify's not a bad card to see in the opening, though. Great contingency for Disciple. And we got the Battletoads back anyways. Oh, I haven't been doing the scores. Two, 0. Oops, I have those backwards, don't I? It's because Sesh was on the top. Sorry, those who were just joining. Incorrect score. Sesh is 2-0. Ooh, we got the Disciple very early, so this is a kind of a lucky pull from the Disciple player, but as we can see, Sesh being very aggressive, as blue do. Can't even play it safely here, though. So we're just gonna have to be content with this. And that's not good, because I don't know if we're ever gonna be able to play this safely with the 4-2 on boards. Unless we top deck Soul Drain, I guess. Only top deck that'll work for us is Soul Drain. Oh, we're actually just taking out the Collector? Alright. Fair enough. Ooh, no Soul Drain. Let's try and draw for it. Soul Drain! Alright, let's go! We got Disciple. I'm gonna give you hope, Zarek. Play all the events. We got a giant Disciple we're gonna win with. Nothing bad will happen. Trust me. You're safe. Blow all the events. Oh, we're not gonna throw all of them in, okay. Unfortunate, because now we get to save this Frogify and just go for the Sunken Terror kill. Oh. Yeah, this works, okay. Should've played a little more events there, huh? I actually don't know why we didn't. It seemed like we'd wanted to at least play out of the 4 HP threshold. Aurora was always a thing. Like, honestly, I probably would have just blown the events here. I don't know if we're winning. Okay, Lortif. Hey, Disciple. Alright, we got number 2, but still the Frogify here. Let's see, what do you play around there? You definitely play around the 4 HP. Do you play around the Aurora? Because that would require you to invest 3 events there, which is quite a lot. I think at least just playing out of the 4 HP threshold was correct. Maybe not play into Aurora, or just play into Aurora, that's fine. Oh, we found the other Disciple. Oh, I don't think we should keep going. Wait, what's the point of keep going? We have the second one. We don't really need the stats. Are we worried about humbling? We're gonna get punished. Stepping back? Alright, feel the punish. Disciple, Soul Drain. Take out the 4/4. And now let's play at a Ninja Toad, maybe. We haven't... I mean, Zarak's seen this list twice. And also the last match we saw Sesh get down to the very last card. So maybe we don't need to fear Ninja Toads. I'd probably be a little worried of 1 at least, though. Like, this is our oh, and we're even getting pulled with it. Yeah, I mean... Oh, we didn't have the Faeria to play extra stuff. Okay, fair enough. Alright, well, game over. That was a Disciple number 3, right? Yeah. I guess your last hope is treasures, so fair enough. But I don't think any singular treasure is going to win you. Oh, Gargoyle? Gargoyle might actually be the... what is this, 8/8? Like, could we get this to 10/10? No, there's no other ways to put maps. We played 2... I think we only have, like, 1, message in a bottle left. I think we played 2 there, right? Because we'd really want a 10/10 Gargoyle if that was the plan. But, I mean, this isn't gonna win you anyways. I guess go for the Gargoyle. I guess that was the pull, but it's really tough. Yeah, because you can also buff it with training. Yeah, right. Yeah, I think Gargoyle was the play there. Which is pretty funny. Because then with Gargoyle, we got the training. I guess there's probably no mobility tricks in this list, though. We tapped out the Frogify. Alright, we're golden. But Zarak's last match in the series, we're gonna desperately try and fish for something. But like I said, I don't think we can get any more treasure maps. We had 5 in the deck, so we get... Or we had 1 message in the bottle left, yeah. Magic Carpet. Spear would be lovely. I mean, I guess the play is Chrysalis, since none of these can do anything here. We go for Spear. Spear can work if we can deal with these 2/2s, but I don't know if we're going to be able to deal with the 2/2s. Oh, volley! We dealt with! Okay. Got the sunken tower that can just push him away, yeah. There's no way to like put this more aggressive. Did we use a +1 that turn? Okay. I don't know what to say here. I think we're done. I don't know what the plan is. We go up and take the 5/5. Okay. But it does look like that's going to be a full mono blue sweep from Sesh. Digging his heels in with that mono blue. And we're going to try and fight with a 3/3 Lore Thief. Let's go, Lore Thief. Woo! Oh no, we're getting protected. Short-lived Lore Thief. Well played, Sesh is going to take it, and Sesh is moving on to the semifinals. Congratulations to Sesh. So let's take a look once more at the brackets. We'll throw this back down to 0. And we'll take a refresh. So Sesh moving on to fight Bamser, who beat out Exio. And then the other side of the bracket is going to involve Lizard and Alpanico. That's going to be a very exciting match. We might as well stick around with Sesh, actually, and just take the Bamser match here. Since, like I said, Super Blizzard is streaming. If you want to watch those, or if you're watching this in post, I'm sure he'll have the VODs up somewhere for a limited time. So let's take a look at Sesh and Bamser. Alright, welcome back everyone. This is gonna be the semifinals. Seshumara versus Bamser. Let's take a look at Bamser's list. We've been with Sesh already once before. Bamser is rocking 2 yellow lists as well. And looks like 2 more swarmier lists over here. I'm expecting something like a Carassius list, which Sesh is looking to ban potentially. And a green-yellow. Not 100% sure what this could be. Green-yellow with 6 neutrals. What could this be? Some variant of Husk? He does like Husk. Maybe there's gnats involved in this? Really not sure. This 2.3 is probably his... He's got like a Oath to Oblivion list he likes to use. So this could be something like this, a Husk list. I think the Carassius ban makes sense. I'm not particularly worried about what a green-yellow could look like. But Carassius might be a little spooky. And it looks like Bamser is locking in the Istanu ban. I'm assuming this is Istanu. We still haven't gotten to see it yet. So I'm assuming it's Istanu. Alright, and we're going to start with the blue 7s list that we saw earlier. Nope, we're going to start with the 4.7 list that we haven't seen yet. Bamser thinking about it a little bit. Starting with the Oath. And Sesh is locked in, so we're going to be able to see what this list is. We got 3 neutrals in this one this time. Bamps are with 2 neutrals, which I assume are 2 storytellers. And we've got a mono green from Sesh, with which Bamster's going to have to hold one of his yellows to fight. And Sesh just has to worry about that green-yellow, which is up in the air. Who knows what that is. Alright, so this looks like a more standard blue jump. I guess it makes sense, because there actually were no Wave Crash Colossus in the 7s list, right? So all the Wave Crash Colossus are going to be in this list, and that's why it's more expensive. We have a Last Nightmare in this list. Wow, I haven't seen that card in ages. And for those curious, because Last Nightmare does seem like a very powerful card, why this card isn't seen competitively is typically because yellow flyers, well, the flyers type of bodies are the most commonly seen in the competitive scene. And these things can handle pretty much anything you'd want a Nightmare to go on, and they're much, much more efficient than the 6 Faeria Last Nightmare. Because typically we don't see big bodies. Especially since Yellow Flyers is so popular, Mono Green kind of gets pushed out of the meta a little bit. Yellow Flyer is very efficient at taking out giant creatures like Mono Green, so Mono Green is not very favorable in the meta, which just pushes out Last Nightmare as a favorable card as well. Just because of using Flyers. If you're running like maybe an events list, Nightmare would be seen more often in that type of list. Bamps are deciding to run Nightmare in this though, so we'll see what the purpose of this is, because I thought this was the Oath list, which makes this even stranger to me, because Oath should be able to have even more attack stats than a usual Flyers list. And we got Demon Wrangler. Strange pick, to be sure. And Sesh got a lot of swarmy stuff here now. Play the Waryak, which is interesting. Really wanting to drop down his card count. But Mono Blue has a pretty reasonable time against Husk. We get to collect a lot, which means we get a lot of collections, a lot of Faeria built up to actually play our stuff. All these extra free cards we're getting. We take the trade because we're going to sack with Wrangler. Okay. We're gonna get traded back with the 3-2, but that's alright. Playing the second Wrangler. Oh my god. Yep, that'll happen. Wrangler wrangling 2 hearts. So we got 2 5-2s on the right side. I'm not sure how many mobility tricks Bamster has in this type of list. I think maybe it's just Fanatic. Can't remember. Because the 5-2 is going to be well out of range of that 4-2 for now. The 4-5 for now. Awkward. Don't get to play anything here. We were a little shy on Faeria. As we did decide to invest that Waryak. Quite a heavy investment for kind of an awful creature. Like, we really wanted our Faeria going towards that Tide Lord. But not gonna happen. And that means we're gonna be well away from our Wave Crash Colossus as well. which sucks. We don't want these awful expensive cards in hand. Another thing to point out, Frogify and Humbling Vision are kind of terrible cards in flyer type matchups. These really don't do anything, as I'm sure you've seen in the past few matchups we've had. Frogify can stop a Manta Rider from doing a lot of stuff, but realistically, this Frogify is dealing 3 damage to the bigger Manta, which is still horribly inefficient. Humbling Vision can deal 3 damage to champions. That's about it. So, really awkward cards, and we're drawing all of them in this early game, and we draw into a second Colossus. Gross. Not great. Draw a second, very expensive 5-cost. That's okay. He played the tow ship in range, we get a free Humbling. So I wonder if we're gonna see the last Nightmare come down here. We don't have enough for Soul Drain plus this, though. But the step up kind of leads me to believe Bamps is wanting to pop a Nightmare here. Which I don't know how I feel about that. Currently the 6/6 isn't really doing much. Unless you're worried about like Sunken Terror coming over and trading, but I don't think you really are. And we are investing the Soul Drain, so we're just kind of giving this free trades to our opponent. I don't really see a follow-up for that, so that's interesting to me. Like, Soul Drain on Toad definitely makes sense. Take away that double collector. Even gonna block this collection with a 2/2. And we're gonna try to get some Bloatfly value. We are going for this. So, yeah, I was worried about this play because I don't think this is that great. We're investing a huge amount into this left side now, where Sesh can just ignore it. Even top decks the volley, that's not bad. I don't think we want a volley. We really want to get creatures down. We are going to volley though. I guess. Gonna slide this guy over. Don't know how I feel about this one. We kind of just gave stepping lands for our opponent. There is no Soul Drain in hand, but I mean, I think we're perfectly fine to just trade the 3/3. I guess Ninja Toad exists, but we can literally just step on the land now. This guy's got charge 3. Nightmare. Wait, we didn't go double neutrals? Really? Why not? We're just gonna give him a free Ninja Toad for no reason? Oh, I guess he can't. Okay, fair enough. He's on 0. Yeah, if we full clear, then he can't Ninja Toad. Alright. I'm cool with it now. Fair enough. Draw makes sense then. We'll drop a Husk. Yeah, looking at thresholds are very important when you're playing your matches. If you can predict, well, yeah, predict what cards your opponent is able to play on the next turn, it really helps what you should be doing on your own turn. No Ninja Toad means this guy's very safe. And we can just sit here, threatening this lake spot. Don't have to invest the lands yet. We can use our Power Wheel to give us a earlier boost in card advantage or Faeria advantage. And yeah, this is looking tough for Sesh to come back from. We do have a double collector that we can set up here, But Bamster's done really well with this setup. We get to double collect here now. We have a Husk that's going to probably stay active for a little while. That 4-4 is probably going to go uncontested, though. I don't see any way that Bamster could deal with it here. Gives up the collection. Ooh, champion. Wow. Big. And we're playing the second merchant. Okay, better hope for something garbage. Another champion. Oh boy. And yeah, that's pretty brutal. Oh, we're going for King's Faithful? Really? Why this over Tide Lord though? That doesn't make any sense to me. Because now we risk this dying and we're gonna lose our free +1/+1. We just invested into a terrible creature. I guess we're worried about the 6/3 on board. I guess? Does that make this a sturdier collector then? Because if we're worried about Desert Twister to trade our Tide Lord, does that make this sturdier? I guess. So that's probably the thought process there then. Playing around Desert Twister, I guess that works. Zip. I actually thought he was going to zip this guy to block the Well collection, which is not a bad play at all. Sash is really struggling to get stuff on board. Wait, is that a naturally drawn Radiance? Are we just running Radiance in this list? Wow. Interesting. And now we're starting to draw into our natural champions. Oh my god, we have 5 champions in this match. That's insane. And Sash is just really unable to deal with all this clunk in hand. This Colossus is not helping at all. Crumbling Golem not helping. Frogify. Yuck. But hey, maybe we get a sneaky Radiance off here. I wouldn't be expecting it as Bamster. I don't think we will though, because, well, we're on 11 life here. So we're gonna have to try and set up a kill on this champion somehow, which is gonna be the expensive Frogify, I guess, and then we still have a second champion here, and then the other champion in hand to zip it face. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we're gonna get this Radiance off. Oh right, we're going to oh, yeah, we played the second Husk. I mean, it really sucks we can't play something else on top of this Radiance, because I don't think this is just gonna help on its own. It's gonna boost us to 12 life. Yeah, it's just nowhere near enough. Like, we're dead on board if we play Radiance here, right? I think the only conceivable play is Frogify to not die. Oh wait, sorry. Yeah, what am I saying? We're dead anyways. We got the 6/3. Yeah, I mean, we're just dead on boards, right? Yeah. True, all 3 champions. Incredible. So now Bamster here wants to just pass. If he wants to hold information. And there we go. Because both of those champions were drawn from the merchants, so hide that potential information that's Sesh might not know there's actual champions in there. Okay, so I gotta remember which player was where. Bamster was on the top, right? Yeah. Look at Bamster, 1 point. I see Warrock mentioning in chat that Nightmare might be for an easy Disciple move since there's so much Disciple. And that could be valid since Bamster's running a slower list. Maybe that is what he's concerned about, is Disciple. I guess it's an option. We do have slower attack stats than normal Flyers lists. We gotta wait till 5 deserts for a lot of our stuff. We just have like 3 3s and 2 2s at first. Alright, we're ready. Let's go. Okay, so Sash is gonna have to counter probably with just the other blue list. I mean, this one seems pretty solid into Flyer stat lines. Like we talked about before. Mono Green's gonna suffer. Actually, Mono Green's gonna suffer against this whole lineup, it looks like. I'm not sure what the green-yellow entirely is, but it could be something swarmy. Especially with that Shield Maid's cover. I mean, it's probably something swarmy-ish. Which Mono Green can struggle. Mono Green invests all of his Faeria into one singular creature, and if you can't find good angles into face, Swarm can just hold you off forever. And there's that clunky Nightmare, top decked again. And in this matchup, I, again, don't think this is going to have any targets. I really don't want to be using Nightmare on a Phantasm that's already gotten its value. Nor, I mean, if Sesh goes, because we didn't see the Nightmare last, did we see it last match? I guess we did. We Nightmared the Tide Lord or something, right? Okay, so if Sesh is aware of it, he might play around this, because we did see Sesh pre-buffing with the protection guy in the last series. So if he does that again, that's prime Nightmare value, but assuming Sesh plays around that, we're not going to get Nightmare value. Merchant. Looks like a pretty solid Merchant on right side contesting this 4-2. Actually, these Archons are not going to trade so favorably in the late game once we get those 6-3 Oblivion Riders coming down. That's kind of interesting, actually. Where 6 life would typically shine, this 6 power is going to have something to say. Ooh, not the best picks. Not the best picks at all. But looks like it's literally just Waryak. Neither player has any Rakoans. Nor Beasts. I actually don't know what he's thinking about here. Is there any thought to be had about this at all? I don't think so. I guess if you're debating, like, future beasts? Like, if Merchant gives you a beast in the future, that's maybe a consideration, but I don't know. Because, I mean, you really don't want to play the Waryak. As we saw in the last game, Sesh dropped this Waryak. I suppose it got a value trade or two, but I think he really wanted to go for those Tide Lords instead. So, you're fine with giving your opponent a Waryak. So I guess there was a consideration there. We could have given our opponent the Waryak, kept the Beast Trainer for ourselves. Because I don't think we're ever playing this. There's at least a chance with the Beast Trainer. I mean, we could play the Waryak here to contest the 4-4. But it doesn't feel amazing. Bamster playing around a sunken tower by putting the desert on left side instead of investing it where he wants to collect here. Actually, it might even just be going for a Wrangler. That makes more sense. Oh no! Wrangler, why? You pain me. We need to ban Wrangler from tournament play. Just to dodge these crashes. Alright, what happened? Sesh played some Swarmy Boys. Oh, we played the Beast... Wait, what? Did we get a... Wait, why did we play the Beast Trainer? What? Wow. Wait, what? I am so confused. Just to fight the 5-2. Interesting. I think Sash is a little too eager to play these merchant cards. I would have much preferred to just, like, use the 3-2 or something to fight this. Because 5 costs 3-3. At that point, just, like, play the champion or something into it. More resilient to Wind Soldier and such. I don't know. Ugh. Ick. Well, looks like he gets the trade. 5 Faeria, 2 damage. Yay. We do... Oh, we don't even get to champion. Man, why did we play the 5 cost? Sorry, not champion. Phantasm is what I meant. Oh. Oh, Sesh. That feels so bad. When we got that Phantasm in hand. Ugh. Would have been such a beautiful trait. Oh no, please don't. Don't hover that one too. Now we just gotta take the trade that we kind of set up here. I guess drop the Ancient Herald. It trades efficiently. And take this trade that we worked so hard to accomplish. Oh no, we're not taking it. What? We worked so hard for it though. Why did we do this? We probably just see the Manta Rider take this now. Giving our opponent the luxury, the initiative. Okay, we are taking it with the Demon Wing. So we are 1 win with Bamster. Jeez. Bamster might sweep with this, which is sad. Because the mono green I don't think is going to be able to hold up. Unless we go for a super aggro line and we get really lucky with it. It might be able to pull something off. But I think Bamster has a second yellow list. Was the yellow list banned? Or did we ban the red? I can't remember anymore. Ooh. Good picks all around, which is not what Bamster wants to see. Though I think we give him the Twin Soul at least. Sure, we'll take the Golem. Yeah, it is really interesting that these 6-3 counter the counters, the usual counters to flyers. Or the counterable stat lines. Ooh, dropping another 5 cost to get efficiently traded doesn't feel good. But what else can we do? Yeah, we're in trouble. And it looks like we're about to get nightmared. Rough. And it looks like we're about to get Tyrion Golemed as well. Double neutral. I think I like the desert. Unless you're concerned about husk spaces in the future. But the desert just lets us put more aggressive stuff there in the future. I guess we're getting frogified here, but Bamster really doesn't care. I'll trade 5 Faeria for 4 when you're only single collecting. So just the frogify. Not much else we can do here. And we're gonna build up to Twin Soul. Makes sense. Twin Soul is a solid card to get you back in the game. Maybe not really. It's an attempt at least. And there's champion number 1. Are we going to just kill this thing? Can kill it and even husk? Do we even need to kill it? We can just, like... I mean... Yeah, I mean, we can just, like, collect, step on the lands, and we get a free collection out of it while our opponent is just kind of stuck there. Doesn't really matter. It doesn't hugely matter what we do here anyways, but the line I'm kind of looking at is what I think Bamster has seen here. Just stepping up the 5-3 into collection, and it's basically a full clear, because our opponent can't collect. Oh, unless we're pulling this guy to kill it. Could be what he's looking at. Oh, we're going that side. Okay. I probably would have liked to see the champion on the right side also, because now we're going to have to step on our aggro land, which is a bit awkward. Probably would have wanted to see these two swapped. Again, doesn't really matter. Oh, prime nightmare target now, even though it only cost us 2. Soul Drain. So you can do a number of things here. You could Soul Drain this. You could bank on the fact that this isn't gonna flip. Maybe... I don't know. Just this makes sense. I'm trying to find some interesting commentary here for a game that's already lost. Forgive me. Humbling. Man, Mentorider is such a good card. This card used to have Charge 2 on its just, on the first body here, which was absolutely insane. Like, this is already like an S tier cards, and yeah, with Charge 2 it was absolutely nuts. I do miss the old like yellow events list, but there's a lot of strong things in that list. Alright, Bamster 2 games up. Let's see if Sesh can manage to nab a win with the mono green, which is the unfavorable matchup, into probably all three of these. But I have full faith in Sesh to pull this off. Depending on the green list, it could even be worth just rushing straight down the center. Oh, we got a hunt down in this list. Ooh, okay. It's a little bit slower, so probably can't go for rush lands. I mean, we still could. Just Grove Guardian is a little bit expensive. We could go like double neutral, forest, forest, forest. It's an option. The thing is I don't know if we win the late game, which is why I might debate rushing, just on the off chance that our opponent can't deal with it that early. But we do have, there's like Demon Wings and stuff. I suppose that's not gonna really work. Just drops the Voice of Truth. Really? I don't know if this was worth it. Sesh might also be getting a little feelings of lost hope at this point with the mono green versus yellow, but I think you can really save this, and it's, oh my god, it's gonna be a really powerful card. Even in the mid game where like Demon Wings can trade into your Grove Guardians or the Tyrian Golems later, and you get to heal 5 HP on your creatures. It's pretty good. I'll take that over just collecting for one turn, because we need to Grove Guardian, right? Unless we're planning to double neutral next turn, maybe. Maybe that's the plan. Go more aggressive. Nope, we're just casually building up. Oh, we're already on 4 forests, okay. Oh, we got the llama in this list, alright. Not really a card you want to be using into the Husk matchup. We have that last nightmare again. Suppose it will do some work against one of these Tyrian Golems. Don't have to deal with 6/11 stat lines. Right, so there's 6 neutrals in this, I think. I can't imagine there'd be 3 commands, 3 llamas. That's a lot of healing. So there's probably like maybe a Laya in here. I don't know what other neutrals you really want in green. Time of Legends, I guess, into... Alright, well, it's either Laya or Time into Eridan. Oh, I wonder if we'll see some commands into this one-cost husk. It's not worth it. Looks like we're not going for a Tyrion Golem. Want to get a more aggressive Tyrion Golem. Oh, really? We go for the llama? Oh god. Don't know about that. It's a really important consideration to make in Faeria in general, but it comes up even more relevant in a Husk matchup. Every Faeria you spend is really important. You could just say, like, yeah, let's play the weaker statted creature now because I'm eventually going to play these Tyrion Golems. But Faeria is a very snowbally game. Everything you do in the earlier stages of the game have a huge impact on the later stages. It just snowballs and snowballs. And if you lose out collections because you're playing weaker creatures, you just might not be able to play these larger creatures at all in the future. Or you might even just be drawing into cards that you'd much rather play than the weaker creature you played after all. This looks like it's just Map Dealer Oath, is it not? Wait, what are we oathing? This? I guess Bamster doesn't care if this slaps him in the face. Or we're just gonna move him back. Okay. And then, also, because we're one turn behind playing all these golems, now we're gonna lose our Beastmaster. And we're also not going to be able to get golem buffs. Very sad indeed. We can actually retreat the Beastmaster. But I think we wanted to fight though. Yeah. Did manage to hunt down the champion. So we got that dealt with, which is nice because he was threatening quite a bit. Bamster's got 15 Faeria here though. And with these plays, I suppose the Voice of Truth isn't coming down for a while, though I would have liked to see the Tyrion Golem earlier, right? So I do think that this would have had impact, but with the plays that Sesh is going for, looks like the Voice of Truth would have just stayed in hand for a little while. Anyways. On the other hand, though... Oh, really? We're nightmaring the 5/6, okay. Oh, we wanna free up the land space. Alright, fair enough. On the other hand, we could have saved ourselves 3 Faeria if we hadn't played that Voice of Truth in the early game, right? And that would have actually allowed us to play the Golem that last turn, right? Were we on 3? We spent all our Faeria on something. There is an Eridan, so there's probably a Type of Legends in this. What did we spend our Faeria on? There's the Boar. Is it just the Boar? I swear we had done something else. I guess it was the Hunt Down. Yeah, it was Boar plus Hunt Down. And playing the Eridan here, it might be I don't know. It might be a little late. Might also not be. We need something to deal with this, I guess. But again, 5 Faeria, 3 damage, yippee. Sesh is just being crushed by these 5 Faeria, 3 damage removal tools. Like, there's so many things in hand that I want to be played here. We got 2 Tyrian Golems that would have a big impact on boards. We want these down. We want this efficient board down. But by playing really expensive stuff earlier, like Llama, like Aridin, it's just going to be so late in the game before we can actually drop these really impactful creatures. And that is one thing you have to think about in terms of matchups. Like, you've got Mono Green, which likes to play really slow, because you can get these really late game awesome value, but you really have to adapt the matchup depending on who you're facing. You might have to play a little tempo-ier, where you don't go for the best late game value, but you go for early game value, just so you actually get to play all your good stuff. I haven't drawn a single Feed the Forest yet, which sucks. Feed the Forest would be huge here. Bamster listened to remove the soul packs. Good. Yeah, soul packs were just not needed in this type of list. As we can see, Bamster's just played his whole deck here. He is triple collecting, but with the map dealers plus Oath to Oblivion, that's very low deck weight. But I don't think Sesh is going to have much going on here. We had to invest 2 Faeria into a heal. Does not feel good. Not even sure if we needed to heal there, though, actually. We were on 12. I guess Nightmare's a lethal, but I don't know if you really play around that. It was just like what I've been saying earlier, where we want to save our Faeria for the actual impactful cards. Healing is not something we want to do either. Even though this prevents us from dying, healing sucks. It sucks to just drop yourself 2 Faeria just to gain life. Especially when we're behind. When we're behind, we need to be not playing healing cards, and again, just be playing these really impactful creatures. But if we didn't heal, it looks like we lost there anyways. Alright, so Bamster's gonna just sweep the whole thing, and is gonna be moving on to the finals. So congrats to Bamster. We got there with the Oath list. Sesh just wasn't able to take it down. So let's take a look at the brackets once more. And see if the other end has finished up. We did take a little while to get this going. Ooh, interesting. Okay, Gandalf is not a player I recognize, so this would be an interesting match to see. Looks like he 3-0'd Froggy, 2-1 Stalker out. Also, there's a lot of new player names on this top end of the bracket here, actually. So, we'll have to take a quick break, and we'll return whenever the Lizard and Gandalf match is finished. Alright, welcome back everyone. This is the Seifer Open number 2, and we're about to start the finals with Super Blizzard versus Bamster. Let's get it started. So we've seen, we saw one of Bamster's lists, I guess. We haven't seen the rest. Lizard we haven't seen any of, though he has been streaming on the other end of the bracket on his Twitch channel. So it looks like we've got a mono blue, only 1 yellow this time, so Lizard has not opted to bring Monstrosity and Flyers both, as he usually does. We got a mono red to counter the yellows, and a red green, probably Crackthorn. Lizard locking in the ban on the regular flyers. Going to accept the Oath to Oblivion list. Also going to accept the Carassius. We do have double reds to fight yellows. Swarm. Actually, Bamster's list as a whole looks very weak to red now that I look at it. Again, assuming this is a swarmier list. With the Shield Maid's cover. But we're going to lock in those bans. Bamster's starting with his Oath list. He's been feeling pretty good about it so far, so why not? Maybe we can 3-0 sweep once again. And Lizard starting with the Mono Blue. I somehow don't think Lizard's going to allow Bamster to push him around so much, though. Bamster has had his fun. It's time to put on the big boy pants now. Lizard, a multi-time winner of these open tournaments. Even seasonal cups. I think he's won 2 of those, probably. Not a great start for Bamster. Well, okay. I say not a great start. Storyteller can fish for some cards. Okay, not a great start for Bamster. Double champion opener plus the Nightmare. That is a big oof indeed. And Lizard looks like he's just chilling. We got Battletoads, we got Warrior, we got Commander. Take your pick. And we're going to invest this Demon Wrangler, which gives a very easy choice to Lizard to invest this Battletoads, opposed to anything else. Sunken Terror top deck. Ooh. Oh, really? We're actually going for the Warrior. Okay, interesting. I thought it would have been the Battletoads here, but I guess fair enough. This allows us to double collect this way. I mean, the Battletoad still gets us double collecting. I guess this allows us to triple collect if we want it. That Sunken Tower also means we get a value trade. Fair enough, I guess. I guess with the Sunken Tower, we do get a nice little value trade. We're investing the Nightmare here. Oh my god. Bamster isn't playing games here. Nightmare right out the gate. And I think Lizard's just super happy to eat that and dump some toads. Both on the wells. Looks good. Top decking another Demon Wrangler, that's not going to help in this situation. Not against these little toads. One thing Lizard may have been considering, because he may know the list at this point, if he's been watching stream, or maybe has kept note after from previous tournaments. No Flash wins in Bamster's list. No Origin Phonetics either that we saw. It's just the Desert Twisters and Champions, so no early game mobility tricks whatsoever, so it might have been feeling pretty safe to just drop that Warrior in that previous turn. Ooh, okay, that was a nice flip. We also got the Sunken Tower, so Lizard's just going to be able to do whatever he pleases here. Rough. Very rough. Even gets to drop a follow-up Warrior. Or we +1 in Warden. But I think Warrior just makes the most sense here. Save the protection for something more impactful on board. Puts it in the aggressive spot to threaten both of these deserts at once. And if nothing gets played there, we can just zip up and double collect. Top deck Drain. A little bit late. I think this clunky opening hand just hurts too much. But that's what happens. Bamster playing a very greedy list with triple champions, possibly triple twisters, possibly triple Oath to Oblivion. That's a lot of 5 land cards. A lot of late game. Okay, debating playing this champion, but only safe space to really tuck this guy is in between the wells. Just because of the sunken tower. I guess you are still safe if you do that. So sure, why not? We get a creature on boards. I think we need it. Unfortunate we don't have any easy answers to this 5-3. Oh. What? We don't put it here. Ah? Oh. Oh, we're running that guy away. Okay. Blocking the Ninja Toad, maybe? I think I still preferred maybe tucking this guy in, because then he's kind of out of the way, but I guess, I don't know, it protects against Ninja Toad? I don't think Ninja Toad's that impactful, though. So looking to probably just drop a Colossus here, I think it makes sense. We do know that Nightmare's in the list, although we did just see a Nightmare get pulled on that Triton Warrior, so probably not super concerned about that. Soul Drain. You know, it'd be really funny if we, like, built another desert or something and Desert Twister to this Gabrian commander. Wait, can you actually do that? I'm not actually sure about that interaction. Teleport a creature to a desert you control. Just because teleporting considers what lands you're able to step on. Oh, this is a flyer. What am I saying? Yeah, I wonder how this works with aquatics, though. Play here. I think we're just in a bad spot. It looks pretty game losing, I'm not gonna lie. We do have very efficient Oath to Oblivions in the future. If we can manage to get, like, draws for those. But we need a lot of cards to make that sort of combo work. Like, we need Map Dealer and Oath to Oblivion to get something really efficient. And then a third creature to make up for the Faeria we're saving there. So that's 3 cards. That's a 3-card combo, and we got 0 in hand currently. That was a mistake, he said. I don't mind trying to go this way. I think I probably wanted to see the champion on the well, though. Just because we were really concerned with collections. It doesn't feel great. I won't lie, it doesn't feel great. But see, if we had set up on the wells, then we could have actually double collected and taken a face hit here. And we would have dodged the Colossus being able to Sunken Tower into our champion. So it looks like we're just hitting. I would like to see a draw here. We get a lot of little deck weights. Because there's not a huge point in collecting. The only reason we ever collect is to +1 champion, but we can't put the champion anywhere safe. If we just straight up collect and don't play champion, then this champion's not safe. Definitely don't like this. Like, there was no safe opportunity to collect here. And now here, at the very least, put it on the right side so you force a tower poke out of your opponent. It's still bad, but now we're invested into this play. And we got that Gabrian War. I don't think we can afford this, actually. Yep. So, opponent gets to save a Sunken Tower charge here. I don't really know what the purpose of putting it on left side was. We could even go, if we want to slow play it. I don't think Lizard really wants to slow play here, but there's an option to even... Oh, he is going for the slow play option. Yes, this is what I was going to say. He could Sunken Tower back and actually protect this guy. So we are going for that. As a body blocker. Okay. Fair enough. And now we still have one Sunken Tower charge left untouched because Bamster decided to put the champion on left instead of right. Many small decisions that is crippling this later game for Bamster. Husk block. And we would have had at least one safe champion, because now we're again threatened to step up into collection, because we still got this Sunken Tower charge, and the 7/7 on the land. I don't mind this block. We block this collection. He really wants to... Well, he wants to be collecting off this well, but he probably takes the face. So you deny one collection this way. One collection is generally worth 7 face damage. One Faeria goes a long, long way in this game. Oof. There's no escape for this champion. We coming for him. Are we gonna collect? I think we are. To play the 6/6 makes sense. So we ended up saving 7 face damage anyways. And it collected anyways. And that is how valuable one collection can be over 7 face damage. Very obvious there when we had the 4 cost in hand, but sometimes not so obvious when you're not thinking about your future and, hey, this one collection might actually be really impactful later in the game. I hate you, Demon Wrangler. Die in a hole. Oh, I didn't update the score. Oh wait, this is the first game still? Yeah, I guess this is the first game still. We should have a crash counter too. How many times have we crashed so far? Like 4 times? Sash should make a night, or yeah, like a little Nightbot feature for that. Number of turns since incident. Found a Tyrian Golem from a merchant. What happened to the merchant? Did we lose the merchant already? Wow. Gameplay fast. And Lizard has been granted a Starshell Keeper and a Snowstorm Lancer. Looks like we get a boop. Poke you down in lethal range. Really important, actually, that the 7 power threshold does 21 damage, so 1 Husk heal isn't going to save you. Soul Drain will also not save you, unfortunately. We don't have lands. I mean, oh, we didn't even have the Husk heal anyways. I guess we had the Merchant. Alright, well, Lizard's gonna take game 1. So we are gonna counter with the green-yellow that we haven't seen yet. Let's take a peek. Another Husk list. How could I have guessed it? Double Merchant into Drain, really excellent start from Bamser. Lizard's got a Battletoads. Decent start as well. And we top deck into the Husk. Nice. Oh, there's a champion. Not even thinking about that one. Just nab that champion. And looks like a swordfish grab here. Alright, maybe we're gonna think about it a little bit. I don't think the other two cards are very impactful. 5 cost 6/4. Nah. What? We picked the 5 cost 6/4. Okay. Confusing. I mean, I assume this is Nat, but Swordfish is so good. The one thing you want to be looking at with your merchant pulls is not just what's good for you or like okay for you, like Lord of Waste is like decent for Bamster with a Nat, but you want to be looking also at what's good for your opponent. Like Swordfish is huge, it's a great card. And Lord of Waste on the other hand for Lizards is not great. I don't think Lizard ever wants to play this Lord of Wastes. And then it's just a waste in your opponent's hands. Swarm with creature. And I think we'll see this game that Lizard doesn't play the disgusting 5 cost cards. He's gonna be saving up his Faeria to play the smaller things. Though Swordfish is very good, as I mentioned, so we probably will be seeing this come down. But things like the 4/5 Yak, the 3/3 Beast Trainer, none of that. None of that, please, Lizard. Mistake. Yeah, we don't have the best of stuff. Are we going for a balloonfish into Lord? Looks like... Doesn't look like a very good Lord, but it is one. We get to play the Triton Warrior here, actually. That's not bad. That was a mistake? What was the mistake, though? What did we do? I didn't actually see what the earlier stage of that turn was. I wasn't paying attention. We missed, like, playing a husk somewhere? Looks like probably just champion's fine here. We can use the champion to slide the swordfish backwards. Just to get the champion on board, I guess. It's not... Yeah, I mean, just go for it. Playing the champion in collection this time. Well, we have a collector already. I think in this case the champion could have easily come more aggressive. Beirut! Might not get to see Beirut. But it's an exciting card nonetheless. Alright, and Lizard's got a challenge here. Our opponent is triple collecting. We are only double collecting currently. And we're not in range of anything to trade with. Don't even know if coming in range... Okay, we're going for the Freedom Fighter. That's unfortunate, but I like it. Oh, we're actually going for the command too. 7 Faeria trade, I guess 6 Faeria technically because we collected. So 6 Faeria to take out a 3-3 and produce a 3-2. Not that bad. We also get the 4-7 on board. We didn't really have anything else better to play, so fair enough. And then stepping back, yeah. I definitely like not producing stuff on right side here, because now this Triton Warrior is kind of stuck. Oh right, we're running forests in this list. Wait. This champion was from Merchant, right? No, we picked the Lord from them. Wait, we're naturally running champion and forests? What is this? Yeah, this was just a naturally played champion, right? We've played... Wait, we've got 2 merchant cards in hand here. No, we played 2 oh, there was a second merchant. No, that must have been a wild champion. Yeah, because we've got 2 sets of merchant cards here. Right, he had double merchant at the start. One of those was a champion then. Okay. Fair enough. I guess Bamster forgot he was running forest cards then? Because we built up to 5 deserts. So, interesting. Maybe that's what the mistake was all the way back then. Okay, yeah. He thought he was playing 5 deserts. Whoopsie. Whoops-a-daisy. That's gonna hurt a little bit. So thinking about going face with the champion, I don't know if this really wants to be going face when there's a 3-2 on boards. Yeah, it looks like Teller in to see what we get. Soul Pact. We could go for triple husk here, actually. The hit plus triple husk is not awful. Because we are still on a healthy 17 cards. I don't mind the triple husk. As long as we can step stuff out of range of it. Even goes for a draw. Yeah, just go triple husk, throw on the tempo. We've got this Triton Warrior set up now to hit face as well. I like it. And we'll just pass from here. Flame Burst to the face every turn. And no easy ways for Lizard to answer any of the husks currently, so looks pretty good. This is very tricky for Lizard now. We're on a 4-turn clock, and if the Triton Warrior is hitting face, then that's a 3-turn clock. But we are going to keep the taunt here. Right, so we actually took the value trade with the taunt. It's fair, I guess. We almost kind of need this taunt to fend off the warrior, though. Otherwise, we gotta draw Beirut, yeah. I guess that's okay. If we do Beirut, we have this 3-2 alive to pluck at husks. We do still have a heal in hand. Is it worth it to command one of the husks? I don't think so. Because currently these husks are now blocking Bamster's desert spaces. And we have to be able to make up 4 healing with the damage here, which I don't know if that's really going to happen. Again, also, not using this Emperor's command right now frees up 2 Faeria to use on other stuff. Like, we're on a 4-turn clock, but it's still 4 turns that we have to survive. And actually, Bamster just healed us. So, I guess we're fine. Plays the taunts. Are we gonna go for a Demon Wrangler on this to try and line up a Spirit Theft on the Beirut? Maybe. We just played that 2-2, right? We don't have an answer to this 3-2. Okay. Looks like... God damn! Okay, so we're not going for the sack, actually, on the 4-3. We used it on the Storyteller instead. I didn't mind it, using it on the 4-3. Because, like I said, that does line up the Spirit Theft. Not that we necessarily want a Beirut, but we want a clear on the Beirut, so that our Triton Warrior can hit face. And best to play to the hand, to our hand, where we've got a 1 damage tool rather than hope for soldiering top decks in the future. Wait, what happened to the Demon Wing? Oh, did we transport him face? Okay, fair enough, I guess. Sort of. But then we scooped the 6-4 for some reason. That 6-4 is not gonna come alive again. Hopping back... Oh, we're going way back to Spirit Theft, fair enough. I like this, going for the more controlling line as Bamster, because we do have these husks uncontested currently. Now we can just drop a Colossus. Even the 4-3 can take this 3-2. Just completely starve Lizard out of Faeria, and then we just win with husks. We are on only 6 cards left. These husks just eating through... Wait, there's a Soul Eater in this list? Wait, this isn't even, Nat. I just realized it's Soul Eater with Husk stuff. Interesting. It's a triple Soul Eater list at that. Wait, what is... So we've got a Soul Eater list with Lord of the Wastes. And balloonfish stuff. So Lizard managing to actually completely clear this boards. And Bamps are really desperate to get these Soul Eaters down before he loses his forest from the Beirut over here. But we go in for Soul Drain. I guess we can just Soul Drain the Beirut fair? Is that fair? I almost wouldn't have minded to just drop a Soul Eater. I guess we still have a couple turns where we can do that. Fair enough, I guess. The Shield Mates works. So does Lizard have an out here? It's really hard to calculate fatigue when you're at this point. Like, there's so much to think about with all these Husk pings, and am I going to survive this damage, and am I also going to kill my opponent with the fatigue? Do I have enough for that? That's really tough. So we've got 3 turns to live here. He's on 2? Is that... Yeah, 2 fatigue. So we've got... Let's see if we can calculate this. We've got 3. Then we've got +4, so that's 7. We've got +5, so that's 12 damage. And the next one is +6. 12, so 18. Alright. I don't think we have it, actually. We need to last 2 more turns. Alright, and no answer to the Soul Eater. So that looks like it. I don't see any answers in hand that Lizard can deal with this giant Soul Eater. Just gonna wait out the clock. Make Bamster use this time bank to take that hit. And there we go. Bamster taking one back. So we are tied up here, 1-1. Oh, my Streamlabs. 1-1. We are going to take a short break for both of these players who have been going all day. Both mentally drained in this finals. Both making some mistakes. And both 1-1. So we'll have to see what Lizard uses to counter with. We've got no second yellow list. We have a mono blue. Oh no, we played the mono blue, right? Sorry, we were just playing the mono blue. We have the yellow list open. I believe it's Monstrosity. I did take a quick peek at Lizard's stream earlier, and I think he's running Monstrosity. So we've got a Monstrosity list. I mean, there's so much that's good against Sack. Green-Yellow Sack is not amazing in the meta right now. It is a Husk variant, but, yeah, I mean, like, Monstrosity could probably beat that. We've got Mono Red, I think, and then, what was the other list? Can't remember. Oh, we got a green-red, right. There's the red, there's the green-red, there's the yellow, and there's the blue. Which one got banned then? I can't remember. Hopefully one of the reds got banned. Because Bamster's got a pretty weak lineup to that. And Bamster's got a like decent lineup into yellow, so I think it must have been like a red ban, right, for Bamster? So that would mean we've got a yellow left and a green red. Alright, we're ready to go. And let's take a look at the rest of the lineup too. Yeah, so the red was banned, we got the yellow that we're going to counter with, and we got the green red. Interesting. Because we also have to think about the last matchup, which is that Crassius. But green-red might not be able to handle the Husk. It's quite expensive and slow. Not able to deal with Soul Eaters. Like, the green-red's gonna struggle to have presence in the early mid game. It's gonna go into the late game, and then Soul Eater's probably a better win condition. Maybe. I mean, it depends, honestly. Also got sturdier bodies from Bamster in this list. Not the Soul Eaters, maybe, but Ballooned Fish is pretty resilient. And then we've got the 6-4. That's pretty resilient. The Merchant's pretty resilient. So, Monstrosity seems like an okay counter. We're gonna fight same side with an Emissary. Seems pretty solid, unless he's trying to set up like a big play next turn with Demon plus Guide plus Ghoul or something. Because what we can do here with the Emissary is fine. On the next turn we're going to go up to 7, and then we get to play the Guide plus the Demon. Pretty solid. Not sure what the debate here is. Are we debating a Soul Drain maybe? Going Demon? Really? Very confused by this one, actually. I don't understand what the Demon does. Like, I thought Mistral Guide plus Demon was pretty solid on the next turn. Are we just trying to dump our hand or something? Because, I mean, Mistral Guide is still pretty excellent into a Husk matchup. Like, you get to fly stuff off, and you don't have to build lands to collect with. It's 4 cost, still reasonably cheap. And we're only going to have 3 lands in this game, so this lets us fly stuff off, get them out of our hands. But okay, no Mistral Guides. And debating a double neutral here. Wow. Very curious play, very curious play. I wonder what Lizard's reasoning is behind this. He's definitely a better pilot of this deck than I am. But he is also fatigued. Spirit Theft is a really cool pick in Sack, in this sort of Sack build. Because Sack typically tends to run out of cards often. I mean, I guess we have the Husk package anyways, so who cares about Theft, but Theft in general is pretty cool consideration in Sack. Because you have to use so many of your creatures up, and they're really cheap too, generally, like Rakoan Shieldmaids. Even like Lord of Wastes is like, what, you spend 5, you get 3 bags, so Lord of Wastes counts as like a 2 cost. So you got really low deck weight overall, but you still have to be building up to 6 lands naturally. You don't have elementals in this. So you really don't get to use your power wheel for drawing, which is the biggest reason, in my opinion, why Sack suffers so much. They just don't have access to good draw options. Some people try to use, like, Iona's Smiles. Lizard in the past has run, like, a Husk list as well, with moderate success, but it hurts a little bit So the Spirit Theft helps with by giving you a little bit of deck weight too. Monstrosity has been planted. We have no answers. Demon. Yeah, this looks really awkward. We need to get this Soul Eater going. Okay. Just gonna go full retreat. Dump a 5-2. And hope to dodge this monstrosity for as long as possible. We did top deck a training, so we can chase if we want to. We can chase something. We got a Soul Drain here. There's a few options. Another option is even just training and throwing the demon in here, and then maybe Flash Winding Face, going for a tempo play like that. Don't think it's particularly necessary though. Since we do just have the Soul Drain in hand, it seems like a pretty decent just hit. Demon go face. Unless we want to save the Soul Drain for right side somewhere. That's an option. Could do somewhat of a full clear. I mean, if we go for somewhat of a full clear and then we get, what? 6, 9 damage on our monstrosity. Like, we could set up a 2-turn lethal that way, potentially, but I don't know, it's risky. We are going for it, though. Gotta play our cards fast. Oh, no, we missed. We ran out of time. I assume that was the play there, right? If that's what we were going for. But now that we see this top decked taunt, I don't know, that's very great. But we see here the suffering in green-yellow sack. Bamster with 17 Faeria to spend and just nothing to play. Maybe he just did this so that he plays around Wind Soldier, actually. Now that I think about it, because maybe he's aware that the taunts exist. He wants to actually just go for an OTK rather than just hitting face. So we're just going to save up the Flash Wind for that. Fair enough. There is lethal on board currently. Gotta deal with this 6-4 now, though. This says lethal, right? This plus this, we got the Soul Drain. Yeah, looks like lethal to me. GG. Amazing. And Monstrosity takes it. Seemed like the favorable match, though. How? I mean, that was a pretty... That's what Monstrosity do. Not much surprising there. So we'll go 2 wins for Lizards. 1 to Bamster, and now we gotta counter the Monstrosity. Always a challenge. Monstrosity... just probably the best deck in the game. And Bamster's got what to counter with? Carassius? It's possible, but It's gonna be an uphill battle. Crassius has definitely dropped in power level since the nerf of Rakoan Illusionist. Frog Tosser's been nerfed. So let's see what type of build Bamster's brought, because a few players have tried to come up with Crassius builds now, since the nerfs. I don't think any have really succeeded in a good, solid Crassius build. There's some okay ones out there, though, for sure. And we can take okay. That can always give us a possible win. But this is the finals of the Seifer Open. Wait, why am I waiting? I've been programmed to be waiting for Bamster. Alright, so we have 4 neutrals. A lot of dual colors in there. Not gonna bother calculating. One really interesting thing to note, though, is the Shieldmate's cover. This gives away a lot of information. Because typically, Crassius lists won't want... Well, some lists will run, like, the Shieldmates, so that you just got a bunch of cards to draw into with Biomancer, but this tells Lizard that he might not need to be so fearful of Crassius. Because we are going down... Oh, there's an Illusionist in this list. Oh my. Interesting. Well, I think in this particular matchup, that's not gonna help. I think Lizard's gonna be a little bit too fast. So we do toss the Illusionist. Good play. We've got volleys in here, though, actually. So volley might come into play. And Lizard's not going to be prepared for the volley. So this is a really important matchup where Lizard doesn't have information on this deck. I don't think there's any way he could have gathered information. We didn't see this list on stream. No one else is streaming. So Lizard's going to be completely unaware of the destructive volley in hand. And is just going to play fully into it. And top decks the second volley. Okay. But I think we can just slow play with lakes. Not a lot to be fearful of. There's always one consideration to when your opponent plays a demon to watch out for, like, training Flash Wind into face, but we've got 4 damage protecting face. I mean, we've even got the volley. So the only debate here really is where to place the lake. Oh, unless we're going for a desert instead. Okay, well, I mean, I don't know what's in Bamster's list, so it could be reasonable to play a desert, I don't know. Maybe he's not even playing Biomance? That wouldn't make sense if you're running Illusionist, though. I hope it's Biomancer and not Iona's Smile, because with Illusionist, Biomancer just makes infinite more sense. But then the desert's a little strange, because I'd probably want to be building up towards Biomancer. When you've got a lot of maybe 2 desert cards and 2+ lake cards in the deck, it can be a debate on which land to play. That is a very tricky debate. Like maybe he's building this desert because he's running Soul Drain. Ooh, this monstrosity coming down without flying. Very huge for Lizard here, even if he might not realize. Because that's gonna take away the volley target. And if this comes down like this, it means that Lizard probably isn't going to play the training until he's ready to set up an OTK or something. So that's pretty huge. It kind of makes these volleys obsolete even. We did top deck the Rukoan Illusionist, but... I mean, yeah, I don't know what this is really doing for us. It's a really awkward turn. We don't have an efficient 1 damage, and we're going for the 3 Faeria 1 damage. Yuck. I think I'd like to actually advance... Oh, no. I think I'd like to advance this 1-2. What is the Illusionist doing here? Like, we saved this for the value trade on the 3-3, right? I don't know what this is doing. Yuck. Absolutely disgusting. Like, we're going for the 1-1 collector. This isn't really going to collect much for us, because the monstrosity is going to sidestep, and now what? Like, now we can't even collect, and we just played a farm boy for no reason. Alright. Sadly didn't draw any flyers. Lizard's really looking for a flyer to dodge out of a second Illusionist. I mean, as Lizard, I'm looking at this Illusionist and I'm like, oh, Bamster's hand must just be cluttered with other Illusionists for him to just want to play this. So, I don't know, maybe it was a bait play all along. But I somehow don't think so. Nope, we're just gonna block the collection anyways, make that Rukoan Illusionist even more useless. And Bamster, Lizard is not afraid at all of a second Illusionist coming down. He calls Bamster's bluff. We gonna volley that 3-2? I wouldn't mind drawing here almost. Because, I mean, we got nothing playable in hand right now. There's the water alley, but yuck. Like, if we can draw and top deck an Illusionist, that's not bad, right? We really want an Illusionist to deal with this Emissary. And we want it now, not next turn, when a flyer can be top decked. I say just draw. I mean, where's this water alley going? As a double collector? Sure, I guess. I mean, that is an option, but you're leaving your face open from the monstrosity then? I don't know. Oh, we are dropping water alley. Let's build land for the monstrosity to step on. Sounds like a good plan. And it looks like we're not volleying the 3-2, since we didn't take that collection. We're actually going to take the 3-3-8. Yeah, I don't like that play at all. I really just liked drawing. But if we really wanted to play the water alley, I think we had to volley the 3-2, take a collection. Is there even like a lethal potential? Not quite, right? Like, I mean, it's pretty much lethal. We just, like, hit this in. Like, you could Wind Soldier, but you could also just save the Wind Soldier. I guess it's better to have the creatures just stepping on the lands. Probably no Soul Drain potential. Even though Bamster decided to go for the double deserts really early. I don't know. I guess that's still possible. There's Soul Drain. Oh, there's Soul Drain. So So let's see, if we had drawn that turn earlier... I mean, yeah, Roko and Recruiter would have been better than anything else we did that turn. Alright, and Lizard taking the third win with the Monstrosity list, so he is going to be crowned the victor for the Seifer Open number 2, 3, 1. Well done from Lizards. And thanks for watching, everyone. If you want to join in the next tournament, I don't think the link has actually been posted yet, but we will be having at least 1 or 2 more opens. The holidays are coming up in the coming month, but there should be at least 1 more open tournament to end off the season of Seifer. So hope you guys can join that. Otherwise, hope you guys can come and watch.